Hello, everybody. Welcome in. This is our Stress Less. We're going to be talking all about my favorite tips to reduce stress this holiday season. Thank you for jumping in. If you're new to following me, I am Dr. Ricci. I have a passion for helping to empower women who are stressed out, burned out, not feeling well to reclaim their life with simple, natural tools and remedies. I'm a doctor of physical therapy. I'm a national board certified health and wellness coach specializing in women's health and functional nutrition. And I'm also an essential oil educator and global team leader with doTERRA. And this is one of my favorite topics to talk about. So thank you for joining and being here. I see lots of people hopping on over on Zoom and on Instagram. Welcome in to this class. It's that time, right? This is a stressful time. We may have a lot on our plate going on. So we're going to talk about some simple tips to reducing stress and feeling your best. And I know your time is precious, so this is going to be short and sweet, but we're going to start with tip number one. First tip, and actually before we go into that, I want to share too, take one thing from this class. It can feel overwhelming if you're trying to change everything all at once. So start with one thing and you'll know, because as we go through these tips, one will resonate with you and you'll just feel a deep inner knowing that this is the one to start with. Trust that, because I think if you try to do too much all at once, try to change all the things, it can feel very overwhelming. So we're going to take this one step at a time together. But step number one is to get out in nature when possible. Sunlight actually helps to stimulate serotonin. This is our feel-good hormone. It can actually help to regulate circadian rhythms, which can help with sleep and can also help with adrenal health and support. So if you can, 30 minutes a day would be ideal to go out into the sunlight, but start where you can. Maybe that is 5 minutes a day, and you could gradually increase that. Now, bonus points if you combine that with movement. So if you can get outside, take a walk with a dog, play with your kids, whatever that looks like, or if you need to get it done in the morning, if you can, this is an adrenal healing tip. If you can get up and within 15 minutes of waking up, go outside, and we don't want to look directly at the sun, but in that general area, that's a great way to help support your circadian rhythms, help with adrenal healing, and it actually tells the pineal gland in the brain to stop the production of melatonin. So this is a great tip to do. Go outside if you can, especially in the wintertime. We may notice that it really affects our mood, and we're going to talk about that. But this is a great tip, something so simple, and this is a easy lifestyle tip. Now, I know it's cold in the wintertime, so you have to bundle up pretty well to go outside, but this is a great tip to start supporting your mood, and if you combine it with movement, even better. So see if you can get outside in nature when possible during this season. Tip number two, sleep. Oh my goodness. I know this is a challenge and I've got some tips for you to help, but winter is actually the season of rest. This is adrenal healing season. So you may notice it's getting darker. It's getting darker here around 5 o'clock and it feels darker. The sun's setting sooner. Even the animals are hibernating. So this is a natural cue for us to go to bed and rest. Winter is all about going inward. Maybe we have more quiet time. Maybe we have more reflective time with that. So I want you to set a consistent bedtime and work on sleep or rest or getting more of that. So starting to go to bed earlier. And what I love to do is incorporate essential oils with this. One of my favorites is Serenity. This is a beautiful, restful blend. So I like to start diffusing it and have it on hand and diffuse about an hour before bed. And then you can put a couple drops on the bottoms of your feet or on your pillow. This is a very nice, gentle way to support your sleep. I did a whole in-depth class on this that you can find on YouTube with all of my tips on sleep and establishing a bedtime routine and making this a normal part of your life. But start small and start to honor your rest. We really want to protect that. It is important because so many people are walking around feeling fatigued. The number one cause of fatigue is actually lack of sleep and lack of getting good rest. So we want to start there. Let's honor ourselves. It's a perfect time to do it because the sun's setting earlier, it's darker sooner. So we're going to honor ourselves with more sleep as best we can. I know some of you are mamas of little kids, and so we're going to do the very best that we can. We're going to ask for help, which is one of our tips coming up. Tip number 3, citrus oils, citrus aromatherapy. Citrus oils, any type of citrus, that could be wild orange, lemon, grapefruit. There's some really beautiful blends that we have, like Citrus Bliss. This smells like a vanilla creamsicle, has a lot of citrus oils in it, is one of my favorite oils, as well as Elevation. There's not a lot of oils that I go through every single month, but I pretty much do Citrus Bliss or Elevation at least some point during the day. Diffusing citrus oils, especially in the morning, it can help you to be energized, it can help you to wake up, but it brings a sense of overall well-being and it increases norepinephrine. It actually boosts your mood and it's very uplifting. And I know that sounds kind of strange. How can just smelling something or diffusing an oil actually have an impact on my mood? It really can. So when we smell something, when you open up a bottle of oil and you smell that, it goes in through the olfactory nerve into our limbic system. This is what houses our mood and memories. And this is why you can smell something and you can remember a good memory. Maybe you think of your grandmother cooking something, or a bad memory. That sense of smell is linked into our central nervous system. So it's a very powerful way to change our state, change our mood. Now, I actually had a sweet friend of mine who told me that she stopped diffusing oils and noticed she felt different, noticed a big impact in our mood. So sometimes we don't notice if it's helping us until we actually stop doing that thing. But I love to have my diffuser going and have a citrus oil. So diffuse it, put it over your heart, put it over your pulse points, even in your hair. I love to use my hair as a walking diffuser, or just carry the bottle around and inhale that throughout the day. One of my favorite things to do is a drop in your hand, and then you're gonna do a nice palm inhale where you just at first take that oil, rub it together, cup it over nose and mouth. Do a nice palm inhale, do a couple. If you have your oils with you, go ahead and do a couple of these deep breaths with me. It's going to change your mood. You're going to feel what I'm talking about. And don't forget to take a little time for yourself this holiday season to apply an oil, to diffuse an oil, to put it on topically. I was talking with another sweet friend today and she said, "Oh, Laura, I haven't been using my oils as consistently as I normally do, and I can tell, I can feel it." So makes a big difference to take a few seconds, that's a little bit of self-care, to apply an oil and to inhale it. So this is powerful, but it can change your mood. And there's even some research that shows us that inhaling an essential oil can actually be really, really beneficial for people that are having low mood or people that are having really anxious feelings. It's simple, it's safe, it's something to try. So tip number 4, nourishing foods and supplements. So we want to be eating whole foods, real foods. And I'm going to throw water into this category of staying hydrated. That's really important too, especially during the holiday season and winter time. I have a whole YouTube video on this if you search my name and Nourishing from Within. If you want to get really nerdy with me, you can look up my name and functional nutrition, and you can see more of the science that goes into this. But basically eating more fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, more of a plant-based diet. If you're going to have meat, opt for organic options. Quality really does matter. I tend to do more of a paleo diet, but things like gluten, dairy, and sugar are highly, highly inflammatory. They're going to drain you of your energy and your life force during this season. So try to avoid them. I know it's crazy because this is the time where we have sugar everywhere. I also think that that's why so many of us get sick and feel under the weather, because sugar actually suppresses your immune system. So you're already sweet enough. We don't need the sugar. You can actually put a drop of peppermint and use that, or diffused peppermint actually helps to cut and curb some of those sugar cravings. Or one of my favorite oils, Slim and Sassy, you can use for that, or fennel. Drop a fennel on the tongue for the sugar cravings and the sweet tooth. Works really well. But start by nourishing with your food. Also start with supplements. So I love and use the Lifelong Vitality Pack supplements from doTERRA. I can tell if I skip that, if I miss that. So again, we're looking at foundations, and nutrition is huge for that. So eating a clean diet, making sure that we're taking our supplements. We really want to mother ourselves before we mother other people. We got to start from within. We can't pour from an empty cup. So take care of you. Put those supplements where you see them. I have them right there on the kitchen counter. So when I fill up my water bottle, And I put a couple drops of a citrus oil like wild orange, tangerine, grapefruit. Those are really high in limonene, which is actually going to help, very high in antioxidants. It actually helps the body to produce glutathione, which is the master antioxidant. But it's an amazing way to gently detox and support your filter organs, like your kidney and your liver. So do that, nourish your body. It's going to make a huge, huge difference in how you think, how you feel, even your mood, all of that. I cannot emphasize that enough. It starts with food. So look at your diet. Don't have to do everything all at once, but maybe start with one thing. Maybe you start with drinking more water. Maybe you start with letting go of the dairy. Maybe start with letting go of gluten or sugar and notice how you feel. It's going to make a huge difference. All right, tip number 5. This is where we make everybody uncomfortable. Are you ready? Say no. And we're going to start to establish some healthy boundaries. This is so important. Okay, so you have a choice, and you do not have to say yes to every request that comes your way. Say no if something doesn't fill you up or light you up. So if it's not a heck yes, it's a heck no. What can you say no to? I'm just going to approach it like that. Maybe not going to the mall to shop. Maybe not going to every holiday party or invitation that you get. Start to really get quiet. And if anything feels like I should do that. It's a no. Really set those healthy boundaries with your time and your energy. It's precious, especially during this busy season. So maybe you shop online instead. Maybe you shop on Etsy and do more handmade things and support small businesses. Anything that you can do to reduce the craziness can be very, very impactful. Maybe instead of giving every single person a gift, you do a secret Santa with your family, and you can simplify things and you can get one present for everybody, right? And share and do Secret Santa instead of it being a really big thing. I read something recently on Instagram, and it was talking about how, and I think about this for myself in my life, when I look back to childhood and Christmas time, I don't remember all the toys that I got. I remember how I felt. I remember waking up and what we had for breakfast and being all around the table and family coming together and some of those family traditions. That's powerful. So going back to the feeling, right? And really being present with those people that we love. I think that's so huge. So look at all the things that you can take off your plate and see what you can minimize with. You can do anything, but you can't do everything. So we are going to create space for that. If you need help with this, maybe you're a recovering people pleaser and you have a really hard time saying no, clove oil, which is actually the oil that you can get for free this month, is the oil of energetic boundaries. I call it the just say no oil. So it actually helps us to be a little bit more empowered, speak our truth, let go of that victim mentality, and be bold. This is a spicy oil, so you're going to want to dilute it with fractionated coconut oil, but put a couple drops on the bottoms of your foot, diluted, especially if you're going to have conversations with people or you're going to go into something or you know that you're going to need to say no. This is going to help you do it. It all starts with healthy boundaries. Everything that we put on our calendar, we put there. And oftentimes the person that violates our boundaries the most is ourselves. So we get really clear on that, especially during this holiday season, and set those healthy boundaries and use your clove oil, or clove is also an On Guard. Use your On Guard. Put that on the bottoms of your feet. It's also going to help to boost your immune system. Okay, tip number 6 is have fun and laugh and enjoy your life. So do something that brings you joy. And ideally, do something small that brings you joy every day. Maybe you love to see Christmas lights and you can whip up some tea or something yummy to drink and go and enjoy looking at Christmas lights. Maybe you're going to have to ask for help in order to do that. That's okay. But see where you can bring more joy. Think about when you were a kid. What did you love to do? What did you love about this season? And how can you incorporate that into your life? And look for things that bring you joy. Look for things that are beautiful. Notice and honor the beauty in those things, whether it's a beautiful Christmas tree or the lights or carolers or whatever that is. That's powerful. So laugh. Maybe that's watching reruns of I Love Lucy. Whatever it is, find something to laugh at because it's going to help to boost your immune system. It's very powerful. Okay. Tip number 7, we're going to let go of perfection. No one is perfect. The house doesn't have to be immaculate. Perfection can actually cause us to judge ourselves and judge other people. And that feels heavy and that doesn't feel good. So spend time with people that you love. Focus on that feeling. And one of my favorite oils for this is bergamot. It is emotionally, it's the oil of self-acceptance. So it's a beautiful oil to wear like perfume and put on or diffuse when we're letting go of the perfection, right? Especially this can feel heavy this time of year. Like, oh, did I set the table perfectly? Oh no, whatever I was cooking didn't come out perfectly. Let that go. Again, people are going to remember how you made them feel. So being in that present moment is really powerful. All right. Tip number 8, music. Music can actually help to relax our blood vessels. It can support our circulatory system. So it's great for heart health. It's great for calming. Something as simple as listening to music. Now, I love to combine that with essential oils. I think there's power in listening to music and diffusing essential oils. So whatever's your favorite, maybe you love Christmas music. Maybe you love 80s music, whatever that is. And bonus points if you do a dance party. Can I say that? Moving your body is powerful, especially if you feel like you're stuck in a weird mood, right? We all get that. We have those interesting days. If you follow me on Instagram, you see that my husband and I do a Move It Monday dance. Almost every single Monday, we get really into it, and it's powerful. So music, put on the music, put on your diffuser, bonus points if you dance, take a video and tag me in it. I would love to see it, but something as simple as just listening to something uplifting, it's going to change your mood. It's going to change everything. Okay, tip number 9, web of support. This is something that I learned from my mentor and colleague, Dr. Jessica Drummond. I'd never heard of this before until working with her as my health coach. And it is critical. It is crucial. Her quote, her words is, overestimate the amount of support you will need. I'm going to tell you to ask for help. Okay? You do not have to cook it all. Maybe you ask people to bring different things to help you and you share. Maybe everybody brings something. People cannot read our mind. And we are not meant to do everything. We need help with this. Ask for help. Hire help. Get support. Okay? Extremely, extremely important to prevent the burnout. I was talking to a beautiful, sweet mama today, and I told her, if there's any way that you can hire a sweet high school neighbor or somebody to come over and help you fold your laundry or help you cook or help you clean or do any of those things, let's do that. It's a blessing for them. It's a blessing for you. Overestimate that. I want you to think about people that you need in your life that support you and help you. Maybe that's your functional medicine doctor, a nutritionist or health coach, a massage therapist, an acupuncturist. Who is on your team, your healing team, and your web of support team? That's really powerful. Maybe it's a babysitter. Maybe have a couple babysitters, have some backup babysitters because life happens. Maybe it's having healthy food that's quickly available. I love Chipotle. You can order that on an app. It is non-GMO. It is easy to eat gluten-free there. Almost everything is locally sourced. There's not antibiotics in the meat. We all have those days, right? Maybe you burn something in the kitchen, have a backup plan where you can go quickly and go get some healthy food and pick it up. Doesn't have to be perfect, right? We're letting go of that. That just doesn't exist. So we're going to have backups and plans and people that we can call on when we need help and when we need support. You don't have to do it all alone. There's a tribe and a community there to help you. Ask for help. All right, tip number 10, gratitude. This, I think, is so important. Taking a deep breath. Let's all do that together. If you have an essential oil with you, even better. You can still smell my essential oil. Take a deep breath. Stay in the present moment and think of something that you're grateful for or that brings you joy. Maybe it's a sunrise or a sunset. Maybe it's the wind blowing through your hair. Maybe it's holding your newborn child for the first time. Maybe it is you went on a vacation and you're with your partner, your spouse, and just remembering what that felt like. The cool thing about the brain is it doesn't know what's really happening and what you're visualizing. It feels like it's real. So you can take a moment and go to that happy place or think of a time where you felt such great gratitude, love, and appreciation, and it's going to change your state. It's going to change everything. I love to do this with frankincense, essential oil. I'll put a little bit over my forehead, over my heart, on my wrists. Emotionally, that's the oil of truth. You can actually get frankincense for free this month, which is kind of cool too. But go back to gratitude. Go back to that space. It's really, really important. So self-care is essential. I want you to think of these as non-negotiable times, special time that you block off on your schedule and you treat it like a very, very important meeting with somebody. But it's also important to remember that we are responsible for our own health and healing. You are your own healer. And even during abundant times, it is really critical that we come back to taking a moment for ourselves, coming back to the breath, coming back to gratitude. If you can do this now, during the most abundant time of the year, the rest of the year is going to be a piece of cake. It's like, I got this. And also notice with everything, it's a choice. It's a choice if we're stressing out because of holiday traffic. It's a choice if we're stressing out because we're standing in a big long line, or if we're stressing out because we burned the whatever. Let those things go. Are you really going to remember it in 5 years? So less is more with this. I hope you found these top 10 tips helpful. Take one thing, again, just one thing that we talked about and start to implement that. I would love if you would tag me on social media as you're implementing some of these things that we're talking about and learning together. It brings me so much joy. And we're going to do a giveaway. So what we will do, if you're over in the Learning with Dr. Laura Facebook group, and I will post this video up there. We're having a little trouble live streaming to Facebook today, but that is okay. So I will post the video there shortly, later today. And under that video, if you go, I want you to post the one thing. What's the one thing that you're going to start doing and implementing these things during this holiday season to support yourself? And we will choose a winner. So I'm going to give us about 2 weeks so that we can take time and the people catching the replay can join us and everybody can jump in on this because sharing is caring. So let's check back in around December 20th. That's a Friday. And this is a bottle of wild orange essential oil, one of my favorite citrus oils, which is so beautiful, so uplifting. You can add it to your water. It's amazing. So share with me, what is the one thing from this that you're going to take and you're going to start to implement? And that would be amazing. Or if you're not in the Learning with Dr. Laura Facebook group, and Facebook's being a little weird for us lately, just tag me. Tag me on Instagram, put it up in a story or a post, tag me, and you'll also be entered into this, because sharing is caring. I would love to hear how you're implementing this. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this community. I love to pop in and teach and share. I am hoping to do a class on digestion later this month too, so stay tuned for that. I am attending doTERRA's medical symposium. It's an essential oil medical symposium for healthcare professionals. I actually go to Utah Thursday. I am so excited. So I can't wait to share what I learned with you there. We're probably going to do a class on that at some point to share. So sharing is caring with all of that. But I wish you a beautiful holiday season, a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, a wonderful Kwanzaa, whatever that looks like for you. I know that the holidays can be challenging times for people. So remember to support yourself with tools, take care of yourself, mother yourself first, and you're going to have a really great, beautiful, wonderful holiday season. Thanks for being here. Take care. Bye.